coming up on this episode of Lust to Dust.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That I was not aware of.
No.
Whoa.
From lust to dust.
Welcome back to From Lust to Dust, my horny dead dad.
Podcast where we read our dead dad's sex book.
I am Brett Dodenhoff.
And I'm Connor Dodenhoff.
Today we got a very special guest. We got Matt Conaghan.
Heyo.
Comedian, content creator, impressionist.
Great impressionist.
Writer.
Thank you. Phenomenal
kindly.
impressionist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got quite a few.
I got quite a few. I maybe have three.
Who are the
That I lean
McConaughey and
into.
who are the other two?
The Peaky Blinders I got.
Okay.
If you've
Yeah, of
never seen
course.
Peaky Blinders, watching those videos, you're like, what the hell's going on?
I think I've
it's
seen
like,
I've seen the Peaky
yeah.
Blinders once.
I feel like the McConaughey talking about it. He's like, just a nice 4-inch piece of real estate. I got my boys away. She was a great kisser, and by God, so was I, man. Because your dad, from the episodes I've listened to, your dad is always complimenting himself. And
He
I love
is.
it. I love it every time. They're like, she was pretty good. I'm not too bad yourself. You're not too bad yourself, man.
I think he was kind of a vain guy, so he kind of had to boost his ego a little bit in some of this. you
Yeah.
know?
He's got, it's funny, the self-effacing parts he'll hit, and then also the times where he's like,
But then there's just brash confidence that I love. Like,
yeah.
the one thing that really stuck with me from what I've listened to is that he did the appetizer smooch.
You're right.
Yes.
When he kissed during the appetizers, that was incredible. I was like,
During the burrata.
yeah.
You
Well, like,
gotta
can
be
you imagine?
so sure
Oh.
that that's happening.
On a first date, was it a first date?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just like getting up mid appetizers and going in for the kiss is
Crazy.
It's just wild
It's bizarre.
to me.
Appetizer is typically a fairly heavy, garlicky kind of.
Yeah.
You know, you never have an appetizer that's good on the breath.
Yeah, it's not meant for that. It's
Yeah.
meant to be like something else is going to come over top of this, and you know, it is right. It's
You're opening the
garlic.
palate.
Maybe buffalo wings.
yeah.
Let me get that for you.
Think about it.
Oh.
What
Yeah.
best case scenario?
It's like an artichoke
calamari.
If you guys had a guest of any of the former dates, I would love her. I'd like the appetizer.
I know.
Her reaction would be great.
Getting back into Lori here, we left off on a fairly absurd but very much in tune with our dad's behavior. Massive breakout fight. She announces she's pregnant. And then to our dad's behavior, he immediately goes down on her in the foyer.
What was your thought here?
When I read that, I was like, oh, whoa, your dad is sort of having this like come to Jesus moment. I'm going to be a great guy. Like, I'm going to like, I could just leave right now. He was thinking about lawyers and like college funds. He was thinking about all that stuff. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to push that aside and be the bigger man. And he goes, you guess you got your boyfriend back now. Takes off her pants. I'm like,
And eats her out.
yeah, oh my God. Dude.
It is
was
funny
just-
because it's like
it's a wild move.
it's so funny because it's like at this point I think I can predict my dad.
Yeah.
I was shocked reading that the next thing.
It
he
was
goes.
shocking.
I mean, I think I know what's coming next in this book, and to this, we're on page 60.
Yeah.
and I go, what?
It was great.
Crazy timing.
Crazy.
That this was a breakup into. Then again, how many times had they had this exact breakup? How many times did he bring the box over and
Yeah.
eat her out in that foyer? Our questions we all would ask about our father.
You know, if only we had foyers.
He had a box of
Damn.
things ready to go at all times in that foyer.
yeah.
It had nothing of consequence in that box.
yeah. We don't know how this shakes out with our dad and this baby. Connor and I know a little bit, but there's still a lot to be discovered.
Brett and I have an idea where this is going, but I'm peeking, you know, I don't want to say I'm peeking ahead and breaking the story, but I'm already, shit's coming ahead that I kind of is blowing my mind a bit.
Well, we'll get
So
into it.
I think we'll resume here. And again, we're breaking off right as he's just went down on her in the foyer.
Yeah.
And he's announced, the very last line was, well, I guess you have your boyfriend back.
Yeah.
He's fully committed now.
All right. So we'll jump
All right,
back in.
so we'll back into it. Here we go.
Push, push. Oh my God, I really don't want to be here, I thought.
An elite follow-up.
Oh, boy.
I'd been through this 3 times before, the last time being more than 9 years ago. And here I was again in a birthing room, listening to the instructions of the nurse, attempting to get a woman to birth a baby. It took Lori about 3 seconds to opt for the epidural, which in effect eliminated the entire reason for attending birthing classes.
I love that he's like, she tapped out.
Dragging her for hardly being able to take the pain is a bit of a low
She
blow.
lasted about 3 seconds.
Well, you know what's funny about all this is that given.
Wait, hold on, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Like a good dad, I dutifully attended these birthing classes over the last few months, pretending with all my heart that I had an interest in the process.
Like a good dad,
I mean-
I feigned interest.
Because he spent 2 years with this woman, there's a lot of pent up emotion. And I do think he's using this opportunity in the book to vent a lot of those frustrations towards her. Like we talked with Audrey, it was more to get Audrey back.
Yeah.
This feels to me, the more we read about Lori,
Yeah.
it's him twisting the knife a little, given how destructive that relationship was.
She's not always getting the fairest shake here. I mean, if you're complaining that she took an epidural and literally like
You're just complaining.
ranking wise, one of the most painful things any human experiences ever.
It's funny. I feel like his first reaction a lot of the time is like, a budget, Terry. He's He's like, oh, college fund. It's like, oh, I paid for all these Lamaze classes, and now I'm paying for an epidural, and now it's this. And he's like,
I want a refund.
It's not time. It's money.
Yeah,
it's like
thought.
dude, you wasted about 2.5 years with the girl. It has nothing to do with like the $3,000 you blew.
Funny
on
you're
it.
picking up on that because that I mean he was one of the cheaper people I've ever met. So it is so funny to hear he's complaining about the
parsimonious.
I sat there, having almost zero in common with the 8 other couples. For one, I turned 50 just a few months ago, and the average age in that room was probably late 20s. Second, none of these people had been through a childbirth experience before, and I'd already been through it 3 times with my boys, ages 8 to 11.
You're only 11 here?
No, I'm 5 years older than Alex, so he's just getting it wrong.
Just pouring salt. He's
hilarious.
like, one of my sons. Yeah.
8 through 11.
You had 3 children within 8 to 11.
That's
you had
crazy.
a child every year, practically.
At 43, Lori was the oldest woman in the room, but as expected, she was totally engrossed in the training. I was bored to pieces, but I was also of the opinion that all of these classes were essentially a waste of time if the woman opted for the all-encompassing painkiller known as the epidural, an amazingly effective procedure that blocked all sensations and pain from birthing contractions.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true.
Rendered useless.
That birthing classes are useless given the effect of an epidural? I don't think so.
I don't know. It could also be a nice time with your partner.
Yeah, it's also
And he's like, you're wasting my time.
Yeah, this is a bizarre. I mean, he's got to put on a little bit of an empathy hat here. He's going, I knew these things were a waste. And I love that literally as she's screaming for the epidural, he's going, told you so.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I mean, we've been taking Bob's side on this Lori relationship for quite a bit of this. This is pretty tough.
This is Team Lori on this one here.
Bob's been, I think.
Just this poor pregnant woman who needs a little bit of a painkiller.
Yeah,
He's just dragging her in the dirt.
This is tough.
Lori was a strong woman, but she wasn't a frontier woman, ready to ignore excruciating birthing pain and then head out to the fields for harvesting chores.
What? Is that what he's hoping for in a woman, to wake up at daybreak and bring in the cattle?
You know the classic thing of, you give birth in the morning and then you harvest tomatoes in the afternoon. I will say, we have transitioned to starting allowing guests, men to be guests. This one might have been one where a woman's perspective would have been,
Hey, you want to talk pregnancy? I'm your guy.
We
I
got
know
our guy.
just about everything.
And and she wasn't a frontier woman.
He wasn't meant for a frontier woman.
No. Nothing about this has ever indicated he wanted a frontier woman.
Was he a frontier man?
No.
No.
Not at all. He's literally loving.
He was an urban fairy.
Literally being pampered on her boat.
We also knew this. The baby was a boy. At about 20 weeks, I accompanied Lori for an ultrasound. The nurse applied gel to Lori's belly and then slid the wand back and forth. Now, let's see if you're having a boy or a girl, said the nurse. Thank God, I thought. I was desperate to get to the fun part of the procedure. It's a boy, the nurse proclaimed. Lori was ecstatic. I smiled along.
This feels like he wants to get traded. You know, he's an NBA guy who's like,
He's
look,
James Hardening his way.
he quite literally is. He's like, let me out.
Yeah.
It is.
He's hoping that she.
I like to imagine him eating a meatball sub during this sonogram, and he's like, babe, game's on. I gotta get out of here.
He's got a full meatball, so he's
sure?
smoking.
Why did I come here? Crushing beers.
Clear.
I wonder if he's doing some Machiavelli, like trying to get her to dump him.
That's what I mean. I think
know?
this is some.
Yeah.
He's just saying thinking of the worst possible thing to say in the moment.
4 months later, here we were at the hospital struggling to deliver the child. The doctor finally made the determination that it was time to deliver by cesarean, and everyone scrambled to get Lori to the operating room. I grasped her hand, assuring her that all would be fine. The contrast between the birthing room and the operating room was stark, but the medical team was efficient and moved quickly. The procedure began, and I had a clear view. Now, at least this was interesting, I thought.
Oh, God.
I got a great view, and it was so exciting.
But me? I mean, this is bizarre.
He might as well be, dissecting a cadaver in medical school right now. Like, there's no emotion to this.
Now you got my attention.
Yeah.
You had my curiosity.
If you're watching a baby be born, I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say to that one.
And he goes, I was pretty bored this whole time, and now that they're cutting her open.
This is as checked out as a human being can be.
I'd witnessed the natural childbirth of my children, which certainly was amazing in its own, but I had never witnessed a cesarean before.
So that's part of it. Is that he goes, yeah, I've seen 3 of these, and this is, something new.
The new.
You know?
Yeah.
After the incision, the doctor quickly but carefully reached in and pulled out a head, almost like a magician's hand emerging with a rabbit from a top hat.
Literally, there is a 32-sentence long extreme paragraph that describes the first time it's like to see a naked woman before you sleep with her. 32 sentences, compares it to climbing Mount Everest. He compared himself to Sir Edmund Hillary. Remember that? My dad looks at a C-section, a birth, and goes, it's like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a top hat.
You should have seen it, man. He was like a magic man on a cruise ship I saw once.
Yeah. He's like describing this the way it's like, watching a guy, like a cocktail guy, or like a bartender make a cocktail. He's like, it was cool. He shook it and then he poured it.
Mom, do you want to meet your new baby? Asked the doctor. The baby, with his cute little head poking out, was carefully handed to Lori.
We should just notify, and I'm not spoiling anything. He's calling it the baby.
The baby.
The baby.
Lori took the baby, then looked up to me and smiled. It was hard not to be caught up in the emotion of the moment. No matter how many times I'd seen a birth, the miracle of life is an amazing phenomenon.
We needed that a little. We needed that 3 paragraphs ago.
I like that preface of like, no matter how many times I've seen a birth, it's pretty special, I guess.
Lori had finally realized her goal of being a mom. Yes, it was a magical moment, and he was a beautiful baby, but he wasn't my baby.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait. How did he know?
Well,
we will find out.
What?
This is a. Oh, no, we're not. No, don't worry.
I got to know.
And guys, that's the end of the episode right now.
Oh.
All right, now we're back.
So she wasn't his baby, which then I think gives some color to why he's acting this way. Because he's there with a woman,
Yeah.
wasn't carrying his child. It is just basically you're witnessing a birth. If it's not your kid, it is more of it's theater.
And he's had to go through these LeMays classes with
Right.
with a woman that
That makes a lot more sense.
Now,
I guess we can I don't know, I'm not defending every one of Bob's quips here, but it makes sense that sitting with a woman that's not your child, it's a harder sell.
I am like relieved I did. It was hilarious listening to your dad's perspective, thinking it was his kid.
Precisely.
And now you're like, this guy is wild.
This guy's the biggest asshole.
yeah.
It's like he's going to a barber to ask for a haircut.
I was quite positive that this child was not mine. No, Lori hadn't cheated on me. She was deeply in love with me back then, and I couldn't conceive of her being unfaithful. But a while back, we had lost our baby.
Whoa.
That I was not aware of.
No.
Whoa, man.
So he thought, at least for a period of time, he was going to be a dad.
He thinks he's going to be a dad. After
He
this
thought he
whole
was
vasectomy
legitimately a
situation.
father. After,
This is after the vasectomy.
This is before.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's full not vasectomy. This is probably then what led to the vasectomy.
I'm sure this leads to the vasectomy.
Because he probably had the pregnancy scare, then went, all right,
Yeah.
I can't mess around with this anymore.
In traditional Bob, book, the Bob the author fashion, is that we've already jumped forward to a future pregnancy that's not his baby, that for some reason, him and Lori are back together. So he leaves us here with him and Lori breaking up after said false pregnancy scare. Bob goes through all these things. Turns out, it's not the case. To somehow Bob ends up back with Lori, pregnant and not his kid, which is a bizarre.
There's a lot that can happen in between that. I have no idea how he's...
Soon after Lori had told me she was pregnant, the pregnancy was lost. As with all pregnancies, there are no guarantees. Some work, some don't. Lori was devastated, and I was terribly upset for her sake.
Here's the story of how we found out,
Yeah.
in other words. So our dad is with Lori, but it's kind of on and off. We're aware of this.
I think at this point we're off.
It's off?
I think it's kind of off.
Well, we're aware that our dad has an on and off relationship with Lori. It's volatile. They fight. They break up. They get back together.
Yeah.
And you guys love Lori.
One day, our dad takes us to Carvel ice cream.
And here's the thing. Our dad we've established, unbelievably cheap. So if we ever got ice cream or any treat, it was like, it was actually a bad thing. Because I go, something bad is happening. Grandma's in the hospital.
Is it the nicer the treat, the worse the news?
Oh, absolutely.
I like the correlation.
I mean, you should have seen. I mean, he told us he had stage 4 cancer while we were riding on a Six Flags roller coaster.
Wow.
You know? No, kidding.
But if we ever got ice cream, our cortisol was through the roof.
Oh, damn. Yeah. That's tough.
Anyhow, I remember this time we're going up and I'm looking at him sheepishly because I've never had
You're
the reins.
expecting it.
And I'm like, well, also I'm sitting there like ordering and I'm like, can I get one scoop? And he's sitting there, come on. Oh. And I go, oh, fuck. 3 scoops, no toppings? Come on. Okay, cookie dough? Come on. And I go, oh my God, what the hell's happening?
So we get our ice cream and he takes us out. I vividly remember this. We go on the patio outside the Carvel.
Yeah.
And he sits us down and he goes, boys, Lori is pregnant. And I don't know why he wanted to pause there, but
This is the crazy part.
It lands with us.
He literally sits there, lets it land. I spit out, whatever Neapolitan was in my mouth as I'm sitting there going, oh, fucking God damn it. This woman is now going to be
my tongue is Superman blue.
Yeah, yeah. I go, you wanted to completely spoil ice cream to this day. I can't think of,
You're just running
ice cream without my dad thinking
But
about
he lets it land for a second, which is a bizarre thing to do. He lets it land. So we're sitting there in a pregnant 5 seconds of pause.
Good pause. Relevant pause.
Relevant pause.
Exactly.
As though he's trying to time a joke. And then he lands it with, but it's not my baby.
Huh. I mean, there's so many ways he could have told us this. Letting it simmer with us so he could see. It's so funny. He wanted to see the panic. And I think he wanted to just be like, how would this have hit?
He goes, boys, Lori is pregnant, ... but it's not my baby.
So he's sitting there. He's like, Lori's pregnant. Oh, my God. But it's not my baby. Oh, okay, great. So presumably you and Lori are broken up, right? That's the nice thing to hear.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
This is a win.
This is a weird way to tell us that Lori's not, no longer going to be in the picture. By the way, we're going on, your grandma's taking us all on a cruise and Lori's coming. Whoa.
What?
So he counters it
for so many reasons.
Exactly.
This is crazy.
He's told us Lori's pregnant, and he says, boys, you need to understand something. When a woman who's young and is out of wedlock has a baby, sometimes it can be perceived as, I don't want to say a tragedy, but an unfortunate event. When a woman is 40 and above, that, my friend, is a miracle. And so he's playing, kind of manipulating our minds to think, don't be judgmental here, because even though this isn't my baby, we need to appreciate that Lori is a woman who is of older age for pregnancy. And let's treat this as what it is, which is a miracle of God.
And he's telling boys 8 to 11.
Boys 8 to 11.
Hey, don't discount this pregnancy.
Right.
This
is a miracle.
Might be the next
He's
Jesus.
saying, right. But he's saying, don't pass judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't assume this is the stepmom with the baby. No. Boys, this is a miracle.
Wow.
This is ordained by the heavenly almighty above. Now let's go to Rock Church. Here's some chords.
Let's go to Sandals Church. Good Lord. First of all, your father's proclivity to trying to entertain himself with other people's pain strikes again. He's like, I can't wait to see the look on their faces when they get so sad and then less sad and then really sad.
And then confused sad.
Yeah. And he's either like, we're going on a cruise with grandma and your new mom, like bringing a new mom and a new baby on a cruise is a wild move too. So
he's playing good cop and bad cop at the same time in this very kind of bizarre, manipulative, Guantanamo-y way.
That conversation could have just been like, we're going on a fun cruise. And by the way, Laura's coming too.
The bizarreness of it, like Brett is saying, he's giving us a win, then he's taking it away. He's giving us a win. It's the ice cream, the pregnancy, the cruise, the pregnancy. we're naive at the time. So our dad's staying with a woman who's pregnant. Bizarre, but you're still going like...
I mean, this is our first rodeo, too, on dad dating and stuff like that. And
yeah, so it's not quite hitting us as to this is ridiculous.
I remember, I'll never forget this. I'm just watching him, and he's spooning ice cream as he's sitting.
Oh, he's eating ice cream.
Oh, he had an
got the biggest one of all.
He's basically at a movie theater, you know? He's eating popcorn, basically, while he's watching. Like,
I rented out the place for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I also feel like we're brushing past the part that it's not his baby.
Oh, yeah. Which is crazy.
That's crazy news.
We didn't get to process that.
Because also kind of knowing Lori's personality, like you would not expect that.
No.
Right.
Because they're like together. I don't know.
No.
Is there a time, I mean, not to jump the gun, but is there a time where when does he find out that it's not his baby?
I think, we'll kind of jump back into it here.
We stayed together for about a month longer, but predictably there were once again incidents of late-night drama, jealousy, and ensuing arguments. I had finally had enough. It was too much to take, and I broke it off, this time for a full 6 months or so. In the meantime, I met a girl named Emma.
So we don't end her? Oh, fuck.
What?
I really thought we were done.
So we're going to come back.
It looks like, just peeking ahead, he kind of jumps back into the pregnancy a little bit here. So he's doing some real Memento shit.
Yeah.
This book has become non-linear.
Whoa. We're going Chris Nolan. We're going Tarantino. Cut
29
to.
Second Chances at Love, a Pulp Fiction novel. It's like,
It starts where it begins.
so I thought we were done and dusted with this. It looks like Lori makes a return.
So this is the second pregnancy.
Yeah. So this situation where Lori's pregnant, and it is Bob's baby, that pregnancy is very short-lived. It seems like it was only like a week or two after hearing.
Okay.
So that
Right.
So at this point now, Bob is no longer. They no longer have a baby together, and then given it seems like they dated for a couple more months, and inevitably things.
I guess what's confusing to me is which pregnancy was he before when he says, I guess you have your boyfriend back.
Yeah.
Was that
One or two.
Was that the one or two?
That's
exactly.
for sure one, because he's still dating her in this time
Right, I
period.
see.
So this is. We got to see what Bob
So
is
what
now,
he's doing, he's for the sake of the narrative drama, he's leaping ahead in time.
Yes.
Thinking you're having his child.
Yes.
Which we then later reveal not his child, but there was his child, presumably. So it's, again, we're mementoing the fuck out of this. This is
I was thinking it was like, she lied to him that it was his kid.
right.
So no, she was honest that this was his kid. All of this was so this is the Memento situation.
Got it.
And we are finding out. So he jumps forward in time to an actual baby being born that we find out is not his kid. That is different than the pregnancy that he announces in this book.
Maddie, you were here during let's just call this an interesting chapter.
The first Pulp Fiction chapter.
In and out of time. What are your impressions? What are you coming away with?
I mean, I was honestly every page, I'm like, even the chapter leading up to this in the foyer, that was a jaw-dropping moment.
Jaw-dropping.
Your dad sort of like comically going through this pregnancy process, like a little kid who doesn't want to be at church. He's like, I guess we're here doing this.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And then this cruise story is wild. Like the decision making in a lot of this is just so funny.
Well,
and
I think
to put it in a book is even more
Well, it's
insane.
interesting because I'm like, these are cliffhangery moments in life, and they're real. I mean, this isn't embellished. I mean, I would totally admit and say this was.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's toned down at times.
yeah.
Really?
This has been weird. It's been a bizarre, because I remember Lori, and Lori kind of went through it in this, and I think that clearly she just was excited to have this baby. I've got some feels for Lori. I think that she.
Well, Maddie, all I'll say is this: you just got married, and I hope to God we're not traumatizing a newlywed right now.
Miracle en route.
This shows you. It's probably best to stay married. If there's anything that shows you, it's if you're kind of on the line about should I get divorced, should I not, and you think you can work through it, I think this book is telling you, bear down a little more.
I'm learning a lot.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because all this time I've thought this is a book that he wrote for divorcees. This is a book that for divorced guys, they can see how much fun there is to have after a divorce. That's what I thought it was. The more I read, the more I'm discovering this is actually a warning manual for men who are married.
Take heed. Don't
Take heed.
Right.
take heed.
This is. Do you want 29 second chances at hell?
But a lot of it's all totally on him. Like
It is all on him. He's fully to blame, 100%.
But that's what makes it so damn funny.
And guys, I want to thank you so much for watching today. We have more Lori to come, but in the meantime, there's an interlude. There's an interlude of about 10 or so pages of different women that he meets between his absence from Lori.
Yeah.
Guys, next episode is Emma. Looks like about 4 or 5 pages. We get to take a break from Lori. I think we need a little break from all this. This is pretty heavy. Pretty
was
intense,
heavy.
you know.
It was fun.
Babies.
Pregnancies,
Yeah.
toxic relationships. Well,
It is funny because we really do not read ahead.
It is.
As evidenced by this.
It's great.
You know, for all times, we probably would need a woman for a detailed pregnancy chapter. And we're like,
We got Bob out on the town. We can talk about that. No, pregnancy?
yeah, but a pregnancy,
I'm your man.
we got our guy.
all I know is this. How the hell is a man who finds out a woman's pregnant, because that's what's going to happen, and then go back with her? We're going to have to find out.
That's
We're
the
gonna have to
question.
find
That's the question. We're going to have to find out, guys. How does Bob Dodenhoff end up with a woman who's pregnant, who's not his baby? Is this Lust at Us, or is this the Maury Show? I don't know. But you're going to have to find out next week on From Lust to Dust.
My horny dead dad.